Right now at 5, the Carthage City Council meets for a second night in a row to discuss impeaching the mayor.
We've got another calm and cool start to the day, but more thunderstorm chances on the way. Well, look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, an update on the residents of a Pittsburgh apartment building with a broken elevator.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. So here we are. It is now Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I had to double check. I really thought it was Thursday. It's been over the last few weeks. We've had just so much severe weather over the last several weeks across the area. It's been busy. It's been kind of hard to keep track of the days.
It's been exhausting, yeah.
But it is only Wednesday. We did have severe thunderstorms yesterday. Some of them brought very large hail across the area. And boy, Iowa. They just got pummeled with severe weather. 2 different rounds of tornadoes up there. So I'm sure we'll have more on that a little later. Yes. But first, our weather for today. Now, right now, again, we're calm. We're actually a little cooler. That cold front didn't have an immediate impact on temperatures, but it did have an impact on our late night temperatures, and it will be a little cooler today. The Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear in our immediate area, but as you can see off to our north and west, we have a little line of showers and storms out there, so that shouldn't do too much for us, but it could bring us some scattered storms as we head through the morning. And what we're going to be eventually watching for is just some new development that'll take place out in the south into Oklahoma, and it will eventually roll off to the east and northeast and bring us some additional scattered storms through the morning hours. So in the next couple of hours, we'll see some thunderstorms. And as we head later into the day, we're not going to have a lot of daytime heating. We're not going to have a lot of instability in place, but we do have a low-end risk for some strong storms. Again, almost that same spot we were talking. It's been moved a little further to the north, but basically along and to the south of Interstate 44. As we head into our Thursday, we have that elevated risk for strong to potentially severe thunderstorms across the entire area. We head into Friday. We have another low-end risk across the eastern half of our area for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. And as we head into Saturday night into Sunday, another round of strong to severe thunderstorms out there. So we're not going to get a break for the next several days with this thunderstorm activity. Again, cooler, but closer to normal. 58 in Joplin, 57 in Pittsburgh. So we're on the order of about 15 degrees cooler this morning. We've got mid-50s, upper 50s, and a few low 60s out there. Kids getting on the bus. Again, we're expecting a few stray showers this morning. 59, northeast breeze 5 to 10. I think most of us are going to ultimately be dry initially. And a couple of scattered storms as we head into the afternoon. 70, north breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Our highs today, believe it or not, technically a bit below average as we go in the low to mid 70s. And again, we'll have scattered thunderstorms as we head through the morning and into the early afternoon hours before we clear out late this evening ahead of another round of thunderstorms overnight tonight. We'll break down the details on those storm chances today, tomorrow, and take a look at Friday and the weekend here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Thanks, Chris. The Kansas governor's office offers a reward for information concerning a double homicide in rural Labette County. Authorities have been investigating the murders of 39-year-old Jason Bacon and 43-year-old Linda Pound of Mound Valley, Kansas, since their bodies were discovered in October of 2022. Governor Kelly issued an executive order offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who has information that would lead to an arrest and conviction for the murders. Anyone with information is asked to contact the KBI or the Labette County Sheriff's Office. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Carthage Schools introduces their new transportation director. Ryan Huntley brings the experience of 24 years of service at the Carthage Fire Department to his new role. Huntley begins his new career on June 24th. The Carthage City Council met for the second day in a row to discuss the impeachment and possible removal of Mayor Dan Rife. Last night's meeting started off with the council finalizing the schedule for the mayor's impeachment hearing. It will run from June 4th to the 6th. The council then passed the first reading of an emergency ordinance to remove Mayor Rife from office. That ordinance will need to pass second and third readings at a future meeting.
And I asked what constituted it being an emergency, and the only answer I was given was so that we could be ready to go to trial for June 6th, so that for the attorney's convenience, because he's going to be gone for a month on vacation. Well, maybe we need a different attorney, or maybe he should send somebody else from his office, because you don't rush into something like this.
The council's next scheduled meeting is set for next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. The elevator in the Stillwell Apartments in Pittsburgh has been out of service for 4 months. We first reported on the problem back in March when residents with mobility issues and living on upper floors reached out for help. KOAM's Amber Jenkins learned that the fate of the elevator is now in new hands.
Tenants in the Stillwell apartment building in Pittsburgh still want answers about what's causing the delay in repairing the elevator. According to residents of the 4-story building, the elevator has not worked since February. The building is operated by a nonprofit board. The tenants say they tried to get information from the board on the status of the elevator and when they should expect repairs, but the tenants say they haven't gotten clear answers.
It's not a city building. The city just stepped in and is trying to help out.
In April, the city of Pittsburgh stepped in to help the Stillwell Apartments repair the elevator.
It's tough for the Stillwell board to get some stuff like this done. They don't deal with elevators very often, and when they do, obviously, it's a problem for them. So we've been trying to help out, and we're getting there.
According to the city manager, repairs are held up due to shipping delays of a new elevator motor. The estimated cost of fixing the elevator is more than $30,000.
It's not a fast-moving process for sure, but the motor's been ordered. I think when they started working on it, they found some other damage, so that's been worked on. And right now, we're just looking to get the final repair completed. We'll do a post-inspection, obviously, make sure that that works out.
The city does not know when they'll receive the new motor. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The city says it's paying for the cost up front with plans for the Stillwell to reimburse them. The president of the Stillwell Apartments Board says they've made accommodations for tenants with disabilities while the elevator is being repaired. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Crowder baseball heads to the Junior College World Series for the 5th time in program history. Plus, a minor earthquake rocks southern Italy, forcing evacuations. And we're tracking thunderstorms for the next several days. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
We're in the final day of high school softball season in Southwest Missouri, and one of our local schools is still standing. Class 2 state championship game in Springfield. Diamond faces Kennett. Wildcats, they take a lead of 3-0 early, but the Indians answer back in the bottom of the 4th. Hanley McCaddy hits a single back up the middle into center field. Then the biggest hit of the game to this point, Hadley Wilson hits a triple down the line in right field. Kennett scores 4 in the 4th and takes a 5-3 lead. Wildcats down to their final 2 outs, down by 1 in the 7th. Taylon Reeder keeps the season alive, hits a single into center field to score Grace Frazier. We're tied at 5. Bottom half of the inning. Kennett gets a runner on and tries to steal second, but Frazier fires a strike to get the out. And now we're going to extra innings. So we go to the top of the 8th. And Caitlin Surrey up with 2 runners on. She gets a base hit into left field. 1 run will score. So will a second run. Ball gets away and Surrey scores as well. The Wildcats take an 8-5 lead. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Surrey on the mound. She gets the strikeout to end it. The Wildcats score 5 runs in the final 2 innings. They come from behind and win the Class 2 state championship 8-5 over Kennett.
And I just try to keep encouraging those girls, and that's just a team that buys in and they don't give up, and they're going to play their heart out till the last pitch.
Our team has a lot of grit. You know, we've tried to put ourselves in situations in practice to be able to try to work through this stuff. Like, we have a punishment if we don't do this thing. So it's just kind of working through, you know, tough times on the field.
Over to Missouri high school baseball. Nevada keeps its season alive. The Tigers beat Aurora 7-3 in a sectional playoff yesterday afternoon. They move on to the Class 4 quarterfinals this Thursday against Blair Oaks. Lamar, not quite as fortunate. The Tigers fall to Forsyth 11-4 in their sectional game yesterday. They finished the year 13-10 with a district championship. For the 5th time in program history, Crowder College baseball is heading to the Junior College World Series. Yesterday morning, the Rough Riders leaving Neosho and beginning their journey to Grand Junction, Colorado, where the 2024 Junior College World Series takes place. Crowder has won 7 games in a row, most recently sweeping Seminole State in the district championship this weekend. Head coach Travis Lulleman says the Rough Riders need to keep doing what's gotten them this far.
Same formula we've had. I think we got to get 15 outs out of our starters and then be able to turn it into the bullpen. Offensively, it is what it is. It's a tough lineup to navigate. So if we can do what we've been doing offensively and we can score early.
Still to come, new research shows that cannabis poisonings have tripled in older adults. Plus, get another check of that stormy forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 5:16 on this Wednesday morning. And if you recall at the beginning of the show, this activity wasn't there 15 minutes ago. We're starting to see those thunderstorms flare up. So as I mentioned, that line, not necessarily our concern. What we're watching is for new development, which is now taking place just outside of Washington County. A little clip into Chautauqua County, rolling into Montgomery County out there into southeastern Kansas. No severe storms, no strong storms with this activity at this point. We'll keep an eye on it. But either way, take a look at the loop. It is truly within about 15 minutes that these storms get their act together and start firing up out there. So we'll keep an eye on those. That's what we're watching as we go through the morning for thunderstorm chances across the area as we get this day underway. Now, again, we do have that low risk for some strong to low grade severe storms. The tornado risk, no areas highlighted. But again, remember, with severe thunderstorms, that risk is never zero. It can be very low and it can be very unlikely, but it's never zero. We do have that low end hail risk and wind risk across mainly our southern counties. It's just a pinch further north than where we were looking yesterday. And bear in mind, yesterday we also had an elevated risk a little further south, and that has been removed, at least from the outlooks this morning, which is good news. We are not looking at as much instability or daytime heating today as we had yesterday, but still, we're going to have a little bit of fuel out there for some of those stronger storms. Tomorrow, on the other hand, we have an elevated risk across virtually the entire area for strong to severe thunderstorms, and this looks to be mainly in the afternoon and into the evening and overnight hours. And then Friday, we have another low-end risk primarily in our eastern counties for some strong, possibly severe storms as well. And that risk continues into Saturday, mainly into Saturday evening, overnight into early Sunday. So a lot still to keep an eye on. So as we go through the morning and into the afternoon, a few more showers and storms firing up along that line with that storm we just were looking at in northeastern Oklahoma. By this afternoon, take a look at some of the future track data. There is that possibility that some of these storms may pick up a little teeth, and that's why we have that low-end risk out there for some stronger storms, maybe low-grade severe. So by 2 o'clock, we've got a few of these thunderstorms out there, and then as we head into the evening, we're going to be left with a few showers. And as you can see, even as we head into the afternoon, a good portion of us are dry. And then through the evening hours, there will be a few scattered showers, and by midnight, we'll see additional thunderstorm development initially along and south of Interstate 44. We'll start tomorrow with a few scattered showers, and then as we go later into the day, Thursday, that's when we're going to see thunderstorm chances pick back up by tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening, and some of those storms scattered across the area, again, could be strong to severe. Then we go overnight. Here we are Friday at midnight, and boy, midnight seems to be the storming hour as we see more thunderstorms begin to develop around midnight out across the area. We clear out toward Friday morning, and then by Friday late morning into the afternoon, we'll see additional scattered showers and thunderstorms, and some of those again could be strong to severe. A lot to keep an eye on over the next several days. We are still in the heart of severe weather season, and Mother Nature unfortunately reminding us of that. 58 in Joplin. Clouds will gradually beginning to increase. The wind is calm. Temperatures around the region, again, we're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday at this time. Mid-upper 50s and some lower 60s in parts of southeast Kansas and into northeastern Oklahoma. Again, isolated to widely scattered showers and storms through the morning, and we'll make about 67 by 11 o'clock this morning. And highs today, again, cooler. In fact, technically a little below average as we're looking at low, maybe mid 70s out there. And we'll go back above average into the 80s heading into the weekend. Thunderstorm chances again tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and early Sunday morning. A few possible on Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at this point looks to be our best break. And look at Tuesday, almost 10 degrees below normal as we're only making it into the upper 60s. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning. New research shows that cannabis poisonings have tripled in older adults since the substance became legalized. That's according to findings published Monday in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine. Researchers say edibles are becoming increasingly popular among older adults, including baked goods, candies, and beverages. But some of those users may be unaware of the strength of today's weed. The study finds the largest jump in emergency room visits for cannabis poisoning is among seniors. That contradicts the theory that it's mainly young people enjoying legalized weed. Well, nightmares and daymares may be little known signs of the onset of lupus and other systemic autoimmune diseases, such as rheumatoid arthritis. That's according to a new study published Monday in the journal eClinical Medicine. Daymares are dreamlike hallucinations that appear when awake. The study surveyed 400 doctors with nearly 700 people living with lupus. It also conducted detailed interviews with 50 clinicians and 69 people living with systemic autoimmune rheumatic diseases. Researchers found 3 in 5 lupus patients and 1 in 3 patients with other rheumatologically related diseases had increasingly vivid and distressing nightmares just before their hallucinations. A Tennessee woman gives her husband more than just her heart. She also gave him a kidney. Lydia Fielder spoke to the couple about a gift of life given to a partner in life.
While the Breadfelts were searching the Franklin skies for the rare solar eclipse, a team at Ascension St. Thomas was meeting to decide if Amy could donate a kidney to her husband, Stephen.
It seemed impossible that we would be a match. Like that's really difficult. There's a lot of things that have to match up.
So difficult, in fact, the chances of 2 unrelated people being a perfect kidney match are 1 in 100,000, another rarity. So, enduring dozens of tests, Amy was prepared to donate a kidney to a total stranger to move Stephen up on the transplant list. When she got a call, she is a partial match for Stephen himself.
I was so happy. I actually left the office, went in my car, cried, and pulled myself together, and then I called him.
And her husband?
I couldn't believe it at first. I honestly didn't believe it. I was like, this is unreal.
You see, in 2022, a scary incident when Stephen passed out eventually led to doctors diagnosing him with IgA nephropathy, another rarity.
It's hard to find the will to get up and live knowing that this horrible thing is inevitably going to happen.
The genetic condition meant he needed dialysis or a kidney transplant, as Stephen watched his health decline every day.
There were times when I had given up and times when I thought it would have been better if I had just died in that moment when I passed out. Because I'm like, what kind of life is it to live on dialysis?
By the start of 2024, the disease had progressed so much that Stephen had no other choice but to join the waiting list for a new kidney. And he'd get it from his own wife.
And just to find out that it actually is going to happen was it's like one of the best days of my life.
On April 30th, Amy and Stephen said their temporary goodbyes.
Yes, I'm excited.
And went under for surgery. Doctors removed a kidney from Amy's body and put it into Stephen, seeing each other for the first time after both successful surgeries.
Hey! I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
Today, the couple recovers at home. Stephen takes his own vitals and takes around 35 pills a day to help make sure his body doesn't reject the new kidney. But he says he knows the rarest part of this whole story is the unwavering, sacrificial love he found in his wife, Amy.
She's my hero. Like, she literally saved my life, and it's something that I'll never forget. I'll always be grateful for.
The couple has insurance that can cover a big part of the $500,000 procedure, but not everything. They set up a GoFundMe to try and help cover other medical expenses. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we have got what is currently a pleasant start for most of us to the day. However, more thunderstorms are on the way. We'll have the latest on your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Right now at 5:30, a Joplin bank looks to raise enough money for 1 million meals.
And we've got some clouds here in Joplin, leading to a beautiful start to the day. However, more thunderstorms developing, more thunderstorms on the way. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, train lovers get a glimpse of a 1930s steam train rolling through our area, and we have where it's heading next.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. So, of course, yesterday we had our alert day. We had severe
Right.
weather across the area. A lot of hail producers with those storms yesterday. Today, we don't have an alert day, but we do have a chance for some additional scattered strong storms out there.
Yes.
It's one of those things it gives me something to do in the morning in terms of keeping an eye on thunderstorms. But at the same time, I know you folks at home are kind of tired of it. We need a break, and we need a break from the severe weather.
Absolutely.
Every chance of rain we've had in the month of May has come with severe weather chances, and that's just not what we need. Let's start with a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and we'll show you where thunderstorms. Take a look at these guys in the last half hour. At the beginning of this newscast at 5 a.m., there were no showers out there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker at all. And we're starting to get more thunderstorm activity stretching from just east of Ponca City, back through parts of Oklahoma into Washington County, north of Bartlesville, South Coffeyville, and Coffeyville. Probably hearing the thunder, seeing some lightning out there. Again, remember, lightning is dangerous and deadly regardless of whether or not the storm is strong or severe. So do take it easy. Be careful out there. But, I mean, all of this activity here is really fired up in the last 30 minutes. It's not strong. It's not severe. There's that chance for a strong storm or two today, but we just are getting additional thunderstorms out there, and we could see more develop across the area as we head through the morning hours. We do again have that low wind risk for a strong storm, maybe a low-grade severe storm. It's only a little further north than it was yesterday, so still kind of paralleling the I-44 corridor. And the good news is the elevated risk we had in our far southern counties has been removed for now, which is good. We do have an elevated risk for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into our Thursday. This is going to be, again, mainly as we head into late afternoon and evening hours across the area. Then on Friday, we have another low wind risk for strong to low grade severe thunderstorms, mainly in the eastern 2/3 of our area. And then we've got more severe thunderstorm chances possible as we head Saturday evening into Sunday morning. So a lot to keep an eye on out there. It is 58 in Joplin, 58 in Pittsburgh, so that cold front again yesterday didn't have immediate impacts on our temperatures, but has cooled us back. But we're about normal for this time of year right now, but much cooler than yesterday. We've got mid-upper 50s, starting to see a few more low 60s the further south and west you move. Kids getting on the bus, as we just showed you on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. A few showers, maybe a thunderstorm out there. 59, northeast breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. When the kids come home, we'll have more scattered storms across the area, and they'll be scattered, so not everybody's getting rain all at once. About 70, north breeze 5 to 10. So today's highs are looking to be below normal today, as we're looking to go low, maybe mid-70s out there, depending on how much sunshine you get. And again, we'll have those scattered thunderstorm chances throughout the morning into the early afternoon, and then they return again tonight. We'll look at the details on timing on the thunderstorms and how the weekend is shaping up in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon. Well, in honor of National Speech Language Hearing Month, the Oklahoma Department of Health wants to let new parents know they can get a free hearing screening for their newborns. There are currently 46 county health departments in the state that can assist with newborn hearing screenings, and you can find a link for them on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is hosting the Great Gas Card Giveaway Blood Drive. The rules are simple. Come into the CBCO before this weekend, donate blood, and receive a mystery monetary gift up to $100. Also, 2 free tickets to an upcoming Springfield Cardinals baseball game. You can head over to KOAMnewsnow.com for times and locations. Well, Harvest Bank is once again trying to raise money to fund 1 million meals for local residents in need. The campaign is nearly over. It runs through the end of May. Donations to the campaign benefit 85 community food partners in Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Locally, those partners include Bright Futures in Joplin, Carl Junction, and Carthage, the Good Samaritan Shop in Lamar, the Monette Community Kitchen, and the Newton County Food Basket Bridge.
So food banks report that in the summer times they have more of a greater need and there's less donations. And so we typically do the campaign in April and May. We ask our customers for donations and kind of collect as much as we can throughout our campaign.
Officials say every dollar raised provides 5 meals for hungry families. Jake's Fireworks in Pittsburgh served as our latest stop on the Great American Flag Swap yesterday. People could bring in their old tattered flags and replace them with brand new ones, courtesy of KOAM and Fox 14. The old flags will receive a proper disposal. Our next stop on the Great American Flag Swap will be at Harvest Bank on the 32nd in Joplin on July 2nd.
Deserves to be treated with respect even when it's time to be retired. So I'm so thankful that KOAM offers a service so community members can exchange their worn out flags for a brand new one.
As mentioned, our next stop on the Great American Flag Swap will be at Harvest Bank on 32nd in Joplin on July 2nd. Big Brutus is celebrating its 50th retirement anniversary this year. The largest electric shovel in the world offers visitors the chance to travel back in time and dig into the history of mining. Retired miners are looking forward to the festival next month, and it'll be a chance to revive their memories.
Well, as a farm boy, it was the best job I've ever had since even.
I can pretty well bet that they haven't seen anything like this in their life, but it's standing still. You can take a look at it, and it's a lot easier to access than when it was running.
Big Brutus Fest will be on June 1st from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Well, train lovers got a glimpse at history yesterday as the Empress 2816 steamrolled locomotive rolled through our area for its final spike steam tour. The Empress stopped briefly in Pittsburgh to change crews and is traveling down from Kansas City and will be en route to Shreveport, Louisiana. If you missed it yesterday, the Empress is scheduled to travel from Heavener, Oklahoma, back to Kansas City on June 16th. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Surveillance video capturing a fiery battle between street performers in Mexico. Plus, growing fears of mass starvation in Gaza as food insecurity grows. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch, a farewell ceremony in Tehran for late Iranian president yesterday. The Iranian president was killed along with Iran's foreign minister and others in a helicopter crash over the weekend. Iran has offered no cause for the crash and hasn't suggested any foul play. The crash happening 1 month after Iran embedded itself into the Israel-Hamas war by launching its own drone and missile strike on Israel. His funeral will take place today. A fiery battle between street performers in Mexico. Surveillance video catching a showdown on the streets of Moriela as a group of guitar-toting mariachis began beating up on a flame swallower, repeatedly kicking the man in the street. The fight got heated literally after the flame swallower began tossing fire from his torch at the mariachis, with some of the men seen on video running away while on fire. Police saying in a statement that no arrests were made and only the flame swallower had to be treated at a hospital. No word on what actually sparked the incident. A minor earthquake rocks southern Italy, forcing evacuations. The 4.4 magnitude quake struck the city of Pozzuoli near Naples Monday night, causing minor damage. The facade was ripped off of some buildings and caused damage inside homes. Local officials say they evacuated a nearby women's prison as a precaution. At least 500 people slept in 10 cities set up by the Civil Protection Agency, while others stayed in cars. No injuries have been reported. Italy's volcanic agency says the epicenter was in the Campi Flegrei volcano west of Naples. Growing fears of mass starvation in Gaza as food insecurity grows amid Israel's ongoing war against extremist group Hamas. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has that story.
Hunger and desperation growing among refugees living at a camp in Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis. Men, women, and children lining up daily to get food and clean water amid severe shortages.
This pot will be used to feed 20 people. Sometimes they fill half of it, and sometimes all of it.
UN officials say the humanitarian crisis on the ground worsened in recent weeks as Israel advanced into Rafah, forcing thousands to evacuate and flood into nearby camps. The advance closing vital border crossings and creating unsafe conditions for aid groups to operate. At the new pier project launched by the U.S. last week, reports of looting adding more strain, but the U.S. says food is still getting in.
Over 569 metric tons of humanitarian assistance has been delivered across the temporary pier.
The Pentagon says it's currently in talks with Israel and the UN to identify safer routes for aid deliveries in the coming days. But this all comes as the International Criminal Court accuses Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the country's defense minister of war crimes, including using starvation as a method of warfare, a claim Israel firmly denies.
There is no starvation in Gaza. There is the narrative of starvation pushed by Israel's enemies that continues to incentivize Hamas's ongoing attempts to steal food from the population.
Unfortunately, conditions on the ground could get even worse, as the UN now says it can no longer distribute food aid in Rafah because of a lack of supplies and ongoing security concerns.
And that's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 5:45, almost 5:46 on this Wednesday morning across the area. And just looking at some information here. So we do have the possibility, it looks like, as though they may be issuing a severe thunderstorm watch into portions of northeastern Oklahoma this morning. So it's a low probability that they'll be issuing a watch, but they are monitoring this zone back through here and into parts of northwest Arkansas for a possible severe thunderstorm watch. And in all honesty, it is a possibility. Take a look at these storms. 45 minutes ago, there were no storms out here whatsoever, but as you can see, they're continuing to develop and expand slowly to the eastward. So Coffeyville, you're getting in on the activity, staying north of Bartlesville out here, stretching back toward Pawhuska and just to the east of Ponca City. But if we zoom out even further, take a look back down toward Oklahoma City and along the Will Rogers Turnpike and heading into our region. You can see where these storms, again, all of them firing up pretty quickly. So again, they're watching the possibility of maybe a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of northeastern or even maybe a good chunk of Oklahoma out there. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. And as mentioned, we do have that possibility of a strong to low grade severe thunderstorm out there today. We're not quite done with Mother Nature yet. She's not quite done with us. Now the good news is we don't have any areas highlighted for tornado risk. But again, remember, with severe thunderstorms, the risk is never zero. It can be very low chance of it happening, but it's never truly zero. What we do have highlighted, though, is a low-end risk for some hail and some gusty winds out there. This risk area, again, hasn't changed much since yesterday. The only major change is the enhanced section, the elevated section that was here yesterday for today is gone at this point. So hopefully it stays that way. Unfortunately, the elevated risk for strong to severe thunderstorms does return tomorrow across pretty much the entire area. This looks to be tomorrow late afternoon into the evening and potentially the overnight hours on our Thursday. By Friday, we have another low wind risk for the eastern two-thirds of our area for strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. So here we are stopping at noon. We get a line of showers and storms. Now this is so so far lining up with what we're seeing develop right now. So this could be a little further east at this point than what the future track is depicting right now. But nonetheless, scattered showers and storms through the morning as we head into the afternoon. Now, the future track's also catching on to this. The possibility that some of these storms may intensify a bit. That's why we have that low wind risk out there right now. That's why they're monitoring parts of Oklahoma for a severe thunderstorm watch. It's something that we'll keep a close eye on. We're not anticipating anything like what we saw yesterday at this point. But again, we're still in severe weather season. We'll keep a very close eye on all this activity. Now, as we head into the evening, a good portion of us will dry out. We'll have a few showers along and south of I-44, and we'll have a few rumbles of thunder mixed in. And then as we head toward midnight tonight, we'll see additional thunderstorm development along and south of I-44, and these thunderstorms will kind of fizzle out by morning, so by the time we go on the air tomorrow, and then we'll see them return as we head later into the afternoon. A few more scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms out there, and later into the evening, we'll start to see more thunderstorms begin to develop across the area. And again, at the evening point, so say 4 p.m. and later is when we're going to have that opportunity for additional strong to severe thunderstorms, and then we'll see redevelopment once again after 10 p.m. close to midnight again out there on our Friday. Friday, then, we clear out one more time ahead of additional thunderstorm development by mid-morning across the area, and that'll carry in with isolated to scattered storms throughout our Friday, but the ones we see Friday could be strong to severe. So still something to keep an eye on. We could see more strong to severe thunderstorms late Saturday into early Sunday morning as well, so a lot to monitor. Today, a little cooler. We're going to be low mid-70s, back warm again, low 80s heading into the weekend. The thunderstorms all the way through Monday, much cooler Tuesday, but at least by next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll get a little bit of a break from that thunderstorm activity. That's a check of your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.
Well, for one girl, the price of ice cream comes with 2 scoops of disgust. Patrick Cornell shows us her outrageous rant, and take a look at this.
There's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it for bloody £9 for 2 of them.
In the UK, this little one is not okay with the rising cost of a treat. That's Marnie going viral protesting the price of ice cream as she's just found out the fee for her beloved summer snack shot up, which, check my math, seems to have risen to more than $11 for 2 treats. Very not cool.
That is going to get nowhere. One that comes on my street is either £1 a pea or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
Honestly, I didn't catch all that, but I agree. Something needs to be done about the price of ice cream. We're with you, Marnie.
And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash.
Tough life lessons for Marnie, who doesn't seem to mind if the ice cream vendor catches wind of her tirade.
Yeah, Betty can hear me.
Speaking of snacks, this brazen bear tried to get one via the old 5-finger discount, or paw, whatever, popping open the door and poking its snout around to see what delicacies may lie inside. Shockingly, after moments of searching for morsels of food, the bear seems to simply wander away without taking anything. Homeowners say the animal went to rummage through the garbage instead. How about we wrap with a reminder of the things lurking in the ocean? Scientists caught the rare sight of this deep-sea hooked squid in the South Pacific as the 2.5-foot-long creature wrapped itself around one of the cameras. Researchers say the animal is famous for having 2 large photophores which produce bioluminescent flashes to disorient their prey. The quick glimpse of this squid took place about 1,000 meters below the surface, and with a quick flash, it was gone. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
We'll be right back. Well, a full moon will be visible this week. It's the final full moon of the spring, called the flower moon, a nod to the flowers that bloom in May in the northern hemisphere. The moon will appear full for about 3 days' time, hitting an official peak on Thursday morning. NASA says there's also an opportunity to see the full moon near the bright star Antares Thursday night. For stargazers in the Washington, D.C. area, the full moon's brightness will make it difficult to see the stars as the moon moves in front of it. The next full moon in 2024 will be on June 21st. That's known as the strawberry moon. And raise a glass and make a toast. Today is National Craft Distillery Day. Excuse me, it's a time for the distilled spirits industry and its many fans to celebrate its small batch producers. It's a growing industry segment, much like craft brewers. The number of craft distilleries in the U.S. is growing. The American Craft Spirits Association says there are more than 2,700, but some states are craftier than others. California has the most craft distilleries, followed by New York and Texas. Whether it's a craft distiller offering a whiskey, rum, vodka, or something else, celebrate with your favorite on the rocks or straight up or in a cocktail. Post on social media with the hashtag National Craft Distillery Day.
And we're already starting to see a few scattered thunderstorms developing across the area, and we're watching a new cell go up in Cherokee County now, and the possibility of a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Oklahoma. So we're going to deal with that once again. So scattered showers, thunderstorms through the morning, not everywhere. Some of us won't see anything through the morning hours. We'll be about 67 by 11 o'clock. We are going to be a little cooler today. In fact, we're actually going to be a pinch below average as we're looking at being in the low to mid 70s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of those could be strong, low-grade severe, with wind and hail being the primary concern. We'll kind of see a bit of a lull in activity as we go later into the evening with just a few isolated showers, and then late tonight around midnight, thunderstorms flare up once again. We'll be back down into the low 60s. Then we'll have another pause in activity. A few scattered showers and storms in the morning. More organized thunderstorm activity tomorrow evening across the area, say after 4. So we could see another round of strong to severe thunderstorms. Some strong storms possible on our Friday as well. Strong to severe thunderstorms possible Saturday into Sunday morning out there. More storms on Monday, and then we'll finally clear out by next Tuesday. Let's check your forecast. We got more right after this.